Action! Activate! Here we come! There they go! Evil runs! 'Cause they know we're super soldiers! We got cool clothes! You're real smooth! You see our pose! Tension! Energize! Mask off! Time to ride! Combine! Grease ties!
Hey ho ho hey! We're not doing a review today. No, we are doing Action Active, of course, but we're doing a Christmas chat about episode. And if it's a Christmas chat about episode, well then with me as always.
It is the big dog, rocking some Ninja Steel because today we're gonna talk a little bit about Christmas stuff, but that's not the main focus. Really, this is kind of our best of 2023 episode. It's gonna be a lot of rambling, it's gonna be a little bit of showing stuff, and it's gonna be mostly what we were doing 5 minutes ago, but in front of your, viewing pleasure. As it were.
This is our attempt. Obviously we have to finish up Cosmic Fury and eventually Mystic Force, but things are getting schedule-wise difficult in the holidays and this and that. And so we're doing this one today, and then going forward, we're going to try to do our best to keep it together for the next few weeks, but we have the holidays and a trip coming up and blah, 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 blah. So rather than not do one, this is what we're doing. Yeah.
So we're doing this. There will be more episodes in the coming weeks. When they'll be posted, I don't know. What they will be about or not about, who knows? But
we'll keep you updated, though. If you follow us on the social medias, you will see.
Exactly. You get us for now. And with that, I kind of wanted to just keep things as positive as we can when it comes to Ranger stuff, because as some of you may or may not know, the Lightning Collection is officially, unofficially, who knows, on hiatus or canceled or something, or who knows.
Well, let's just say they said it was on hiatus a while ago, and then they laid off like
1,100 people recently.
Yeah, like a huge percentage of their workforce and closed down some offices. So putting aside that, the reality of that, and that's not a good thing for people in the world, the economy, putting aside all of that, the chances that the line they had on hiatus is going to be one of the things they're prioritizing now that they have less personnel and resources. I didn't think it was coming back anytime soon anyway. I really don't think it's coming back anytime soon. Do I think it's gone forever? No, but I think it's going to be a year before we see anything new.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's way to keep it positive, huh?
So with that, again, with everything in mind, I just wanted to go over just cool Ranger stuff we had from this year, things we liked mostly. If there's things we didn't, it's going to slip in. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
You first.
No, go ahead.
One caveat I'm going to read Gaz's mind is we didn't really plan anything. We don't have a lot of props, but those of us that do are going to show them. So
well, and that's not what I was going to say. But what's funny is I did a little short one-man show a week or two ago when you weren't going to be able to make it. So I was just like, hey, here's all the discount Power Ranger figures I've gotten recently. Look at these crazy figures. And since then, I was a good little collector and opened up 90% of them and put them on my shelf in my collection. So I don't have them to show to you. But if I was negligent and lazy and still had them sitting around in boxes, then I might be able to show them on camera right now.
Hi, my name is Negligent and Lazy, and I have them sitting around in boxes ready to show you. So kind of starting off, I'll lead the way. Some of these I opened just seconds before talking about them.
Right.
So one I got that you also haven't seen that still has the plastic around them that is magnificent and you should probably get for yourself is Super Mega Force Red right here. Good golly.
That's SH Figure Arts.
I believe it is technically Power Rangers related if I call him Super Mega Force and not Gokai Red.
I'm not criticizing your showing a Super Sentai toy. I wanted to make it clear that's not like a Lightning Collection or a Bandai America.
What do you mean? We could totally get this kind of quality if Hasbro wanted to give it to us. Absolutely. Now this is you're right. This is Bandai. It's awesome. I have no words.
I have the entire Gokaiger set in SH Figure Arts, including his Darn or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But I don't have him. Because at the time I was collecting, he was the easy, cheap one to get. So I left him for last. Then he got hard to get. Now he's back around. So I do.
Well, this is the new and improved version. Whole new sculpt.
New and improved and also cheaper. than the previous one was. Than the
Yeah.
vintage one that was hard to get. So yes, I do need to get that. That does look awesome. I would not call it Super Mega Force Red, for a lot of reasons.
I might for my shelf, but we'll see. In terms of scaling,
Well, I was saying, would you put them next to a Lightning Collection? That doesn't look good at all. That looks terrible.
well, this looks terrible. This looks great.
The scaling looks terrible. They don't match at all.
Speaking of less good, these
I have that.
this I don't love. This I like a lot more.
I agree with that. I got that set from Ross for like $11, $12. And I got it thinking maybe you wanted it, and you're like, no, I don't need it. And then I was like, well, I'm going to keep it. And I read a thing people have complained about the original Red Ranger helmet being squishy, whatever. I'm like, this helmet is better. I'm like, well, I'll get that. And I opened it up and I kind of messed with it a little bit. And I was like, I don't actually want this after I've already opened it and thrown away the box. So I took the Red Ranger helmet and put it on my San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Red Ranger with Dragon Shield. And I took that helmet, which was like slightly better than the one that came with the Mighty Morphin, and I put it, because I have the original, not the remaster.
Yeah.
I put it with that. And so now I have the set you have, except the red helmet is a slightly worse version. And I also thought that Jason head, from the pictures I saw, I thought it was like a really good Jason head, but when I looked at it, no. It looks too comic booky or cartoony.
That's the whole point, though.
I understand, but I didn't want a comic book Jason. I thought it would be a better Jason to put on.
Then why'd you buy a comic book Jason?
I'm not complaining about it. I'm explaining how after I got it, I realized what I wanted it for, it wouldn't work for.
You know what?
I'm essentially probably going to get rid of that whole set.
I found something that you have zero complaints about.
Okay.
Put your mic a little bit closer again, because I'm hearing myself. Yeah.
Hello.
Much better. This is a figure you and I both debated getting duplicates for no reason other than it's so great and it was so cheap.
Sorry, I'm playing with my lighting. Yes, I paid full price pre-order, and I've absolutely thought about getting a duplicate because it's like what, $6 or something ridiculous.
It
like
was
that.
$8, yeah.
On Amazon, not even at Ross or something like that. I can't get this word. It's not making a shadow. Can you hear me like that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good. Like,
it's a fantastic figure. It's the detailing and everything, and I think originally it was like $1 or $2 more because it was an Amazon exclusive. But like,
yeah.
I'd pay $1 or $2 more if they were all that good.
But yeah, it's worth it. It's mind-boggling.
And especially because it's Mighty Morphin, because there's a lot of people who are like, I just collect Mighty Morphin. Okay, here you go. Why is this languishing on the shelves? It's crazy.
That was one of those things, sorry, that when it came out, it was like, cool, so where's the rest of those monsters? Because you clearly made a good one.
Well, I was just going to say, I feel like had he done better, we'd have a Squat by now, or a Babu by now. Because I think Squat and Babu are the only two we're really missing, right?
Yeah, because we have Scorpino, we have Goldar,
we have Rito, yeah. But arguably Rito was season 2, so like that's not that I'm saying you wouldn't want a Rito.
Season 3?
He wasn't season 1, is what I'm getting at. The original core team, if like you want the crew from the moon, you could not have Rito and be like, well, he hasn't got there yet. But you can't not have Babu and Squat and yeah.
That's fair. I've talked a lot about stuff I have, but what about you? Is there anything, you don't necessarily have to show it, but just cool Ranger related stuff from this year for yourself?
Ross Con continues to be awesome. And so I've got, again, it might not have come out this year, but like, I was really psyched to get Yoshi Blue Dino Charge Blue for like $7 because I kind of had needed him for a while and just never got around to getting him. And then I was like, oh, wow, $7. And I'm like, I never bought him. Cause like, sometimes it's the opposite. We're like, oh, I wish I didn't. And so that was just a good, like, oh, I actually got the thing for cheap. The turtle figures, which I know you're gonna be gratified to say, the turtle Power Ranger crossover figures, if you can see them, they're kind of right there. And if you follow me on social media, I've posted up better pictures of them somewhere, I think. But there are 4 total releases, I believe. One is Green Ranger Shredder, which I don't have, and then there's 3 2-packs. The Yellow Ranger with Pink Ranger, which is April, and then Black and Blue, and Red and Casey as Tommy as a foot soldier. What?
You said Casey, and that's
no. As far as I know, there's no Casey, which is sad. But Casey wasn't really a thing until the second series. We did review all these comics. You can see those in older videos. I wasn't going to get these. I saw that you had these. The 2 things that changed, well, 3 things changed my mind. And they didn't come out this year, but I got them this year. That's why I count. One is I read all the comics and I really enjoyed them. So I kind of wanted them more.
Yeah.
2 is one of the things that turned me off against it is that they looked a little too cartoony. Now, granted, they're from a comic book. They just looked like lack of paint apps or a little whatever. But a big part of that, I realized, is the way that turtle heads looked on the bodies. They looked weird. And the sculpts are like overly goofy, even for turtles, in my opinion, for these turtles. But when I ignored the turtle heads and just looked at them in their masks and stuff, I started enjoying them a lot more. And I had a thought of like, maybe if I saw them on sale, I'd get them. Burlington Coat Factory, $20 for the 2-pack. I got 2 of them, and then I was missing the 3rd one, and I found it online for $28 shipped. So not super cheap as some of the other stuff, but like half of what it normally went for. So
Yeah.
I went ahead and got all of them. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep the April and the Tommy, but I am going to, at least for now. April is the Pink Ranger, but she's got her microphone and her camera, which is kind of cool. And the Tommy, you had talked about, like, if I want to get rid of the Tommy because it's a foot soldier, I'm like, nah, I'm going to keep the Tommy. My only complaint is that I want a Casey. Your only complaint is that I don't have Shredder because I've had ample opportunities to get him for next to nothing, and I never did.
Shredder's so great. He might even be my favorite.
I understand why you say that, and I'm not saying he's not. I just weirdly, maybe because I have so many Shredders on my turtle shelf right next to it.
Yes.
Like, I don't need another Shredder, and he's Green Ranger powered Shredder. And we're giving a lot of spoilers, but again, these comics have been out for a while, and we've reviewed them, whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess if he was more different, maybe I'd be more tempted. But I feel like it looks a lot like some of the Shredders I have, just with a different color scheme. And so, I would say if I saw him cheap enough, I'd get him. But I don't even know if that's true because I've seen him pretty cheap and not got him.
I feel like, and I haven't done this, and I'm debating on if I will do it, but we'll see, is some mild spoiler for the 2nd series. Go watch our review or read it for yourself. Go la 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 if you want. But at one point, and I love Ryan Parrott.
I'll put this hand down when the spoiler's over.
I love Ryan Parrott writing Power Ranger comics because he does this on purpose, where he said himself, I write certain things for cosplay. I write certain things because it'd be cool with action figures, blah, blah, blah. He wrote in that we got to see the Turtle Rangers sharing the power with the Mighty Morphin Rangers, and they're side by side. And I kind of want to just have a full group shot of 2 greens, 2 pinks, 2 yellows, etc., and just have it be a cool thing. And now we can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of other figures from that series that I would get. And maybe if there was a whole nother wave, maybe that would get me to get the Shredder to make it more complete. But right now, it's just that little squad on the side of my other thing. But I do like them very much. I like the turtle eyes. They're cool.
If you saw Shredder for $10 tomorrow, would you get it?
No, definitely not. And I'll tell you why. Because I've been spending so much money and the holidays are coming up. If I saw Shredder for $10 in a month or 2, maybe. If I hadn't bought anything in a while, that'd be a different story. If I was just looking to have a good time. But like today, I spent $40 at Ross that I shouldn't have. But you know what I mean? So it's...
No, $30 you shouldn't have. $9 you should have.
Yeah, because I got, for those that know about the Ross Con and Transformers, I found the Cosmos amazing.
And just to be clear, that's what fans are calling it. There is no official tie-in convention, anything like that.
No, but there's been so much discount stuff that's the thing that's been thrown around. So, but yeah, so those I got at Burlington Coat Factory, but it's the same concept. I got the Yoshi at Ross. The other good one I got was Lost Galaxy Green. I picked up a few others, like some Cogs and stuff, but the Lost Galaxy Green and the Yoshi were the 2 most exciting to get at that price as figures I would eventually get, but just hadn't got around to. Yeah. One thing I'm kind of veering off, but I was looking at a list of, well, okay, tell me some more, and then I'll bring up the list of figures that came out this year.
Okay. Figures that came out this year that I haven't opened, but got a long time ago. I'm only doing one representation because it's my favorite Ranger of the team. And let me get a little bit better pose. God, even just doing this, I'm like, I'm so happy to have these.
Oh, Alien Rangers, very nice.
Like, I don't know why on the show I was like, yeah, they're kind of cool, whatever. But like, just having this full team is just like, something about it, man.
They're so different from all the other Rangers, which I think when it was only like the 3rd season, it's like they don't look like Power Rangers, but now it's like there have been so many. Maybe it's cool how different they are.
Well, also just the simplicity of everything.
Well, that's part of what I mean. Yeah.
Got a female White Ranger who's the leader of the team. You got cool weapons. You got awesome Zords. Arguably one of the best vintage Zords of all time.
Yes, that is a good argument to be made. That is it certainly could be. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
really
you
solid.
you got it on sale on Amazon, right?
Yep.
Good
Because
for
it
you.
was an Amazon. This Finster, I think, are both Amazon exclusives.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got Finster full price, and I didn't get that, and I don't regret it. That's something that if it was cheap enough and it fell into my lap, I would get it, I guess. But they look cool. They're not my favorite team or anything. And space. This case is all the space I have, and I have to still put my Zap Astro Megazord down there, which I still have in the box right there, which would probably be on my list of awesome things if I had ever opened it. But I haven't.
Same.
I also have the Zane motorcycle, which I probably showed like 6 months ago. I got it from Target for $10, but it's been one of those things where I have the original Walgreens one in there, and I've been like, do I have room for the motorcycle? Is this better enough? Should I open it? Like, so I've been hemming and hawing about opening that one.
It's pretty awesome.
It is, but I don't have a lot of room. And unlike, I did get the TJ Galaxy Glider for $10 semi recently, and I replaced my original TJ, but that was an easier one because my original TJ, the helmet had a paint flaw, and the Galaxy Glider I can hang. I haven't done it yet, but I can hang it from this, and it gives so. It was an easier choice to make to upgrade. The Zane one is like warming with the motorcycle. I don't know, so I'm kind of
the motorcycle. I've had him on it standing. It doesn't take up as much room as you would think than like a vehicle normally does on a shelf like that. And I know I'll always try to convince you to keep stuff, but this one legitimately, like it. I thought the same thing, but it's not. It's not as space consuming as you would think it is.
You know what? This like Ramble. It's making me angry because I have the box right there and it's right next to my Blue Centurion. And it's like, how'd they give Zane a motorcycle and not Blue Centurion?
Yeah.
Like, what was the thought process there? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Blue Centurion's one we got this year, and he's also awesome.
If we got him this year, yeah, okay, that might be my favorite then. Because it was cheap. I think we paid $9 or something.
I think it was like 10 or 12, yeah.
But it was a deluxe figure that got marked down less than a regular figure.
When it came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
like almost immediately.
Yeah, it was like a weird like Benjamin Button pricing situation where they're like, it's clearanced out. Just
and
kidding.
That's one of
it's
those crazy things talking about the industry and all the problems and people not buying or putting up bad, like all the theories people have. And some of them are legitimate theories and some of them are not. And some of them we'll never know because we're not in the industry. Yeah. But several times we've seen like a new product come out. And this is a good example where like a minute later, it's all in clearance. And it's like, how? You didn't even give people a chance to buy it. Like, you don't know if it was a failure. You made it a failure. Yeah. And then by doing that, it makes you be like, well, I'm not going to buy anything at full price. I'm going to wait a week, a month, and see what happens.
Yeah.
So that's, But anyway, but I liked getting it cheap. And it's one of my like kind of cult favorite characters. And I think it's a great figure that looks awesome.
Yeah. It's solid.
Yeah, that might be my favorite figure I got this year, even more than the Ninja Turtle Power Rangers, because just the single figure presence. It's not like, oh, I like this whole team, because I wouldn't have gotten just one of them. If I couldn't got all four, I wouldn't have got them.
So I'm call shotting.
Yeah,
that this is going to be my favorite figure, but I'm currently opening the box while we speak, and
it's not much of a call shot if it's your opinion.
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna like the thing I like.
Well, no, maybe Gokai Red is better than it. Who knows? But the fact that this came out and this was on, if you really want to go back in the weeds, this was on my, what figures would we love for them to make that they probably will never make? And they made it. And I'm thinking that Omega Red might be it. But again, like, I don't know, because I haven't opened it until
that's a set that it was available, then it wasn't available, and it came back a few times. I haven't read the comics that they're in, and I worry that I'll read those comics and be like, I should have got them and they'll be $1 million. But as of now, I don't need to spend the money and make the space for them because they're cool suits.
I've seen a lot of people get multiples of this set
and make a Death Ranger.
Yeah, and it's very doable. And I'm not saying I should have done that, but oh my god, just it exists, man.
No, and I think that's awesome. That is cool. I want to see the turquoise, the blue one.
Well, you don't get to yet.
Why?
Because I'm doing this first.
Is this the same comic book Jason head that was on the other? It is.
See, that looks a lot better.
It does. Yeah, it does. Because you're not expecting it to look as much like a human actor.
Oh man. Okay, all right. This one is the blue. The blue actually looks great. And another thing, which you mildly know is a spoiler, there were 2 Omega Blue Rangers, and I would love seeing the other Omega Blue Ranger as a figure, and I think you would buy it on the spot.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, you will in like 3
You're
years
like, you know
when you
the
finally
spoiler?
read the
I'm like,
comics.
I don't. What?
You forgot the spoiler.
I probably did. I like that color scheme a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
That's probably like not knowing the characters or the story really that much. That's my favorite suit.
I've seen people for this Ranger, Kaya or Kia is the Ranger in the comics, and I've seen people use an MCU Wasp head and repaint it because she has kind of like a ponytail, whereas all of these Rangers have heads that you can pop on, which is kind of cool.
Oh, so she doesn't have a head you could put on her?
Well, so they don't come with civilian heads.
You just took that head from the other figure and put it on there. I didn't know you did that. That was not made clear. I said, is that the same head? Not meaning is that literally the same head, but do they just pack the same head?
No, they only give you all the comic figures. I guess Draken's the only exception because technically there was a live action of him, but all of the comic figures don't have alternate heads.
Which is weird because you wouldn't have to pay likeness rights for those versions.
I think I don't know. Maybe they don't want to hand sculpt it because they just go off of scans. I don't know.
Excuse me. Yeah, but they do that for like G.I. Joe all the time. It doesn't seem like that big a deal.
You know what? I think there's a simple explanation for that. Moving on. So yeah, right now, honestly, 100% bias and recency bias. This just because I never thought it would be made.
Fair enough.
It's exactly what I want. It's a Red Ranger. It's specific to the comic. It looks awesome. It goes with my Mighty Morphin. If I really wanted to and have some headcanon, I can put him next to Raph. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, no. For you, that absolutely makes. And yeah, I mean, it's Jason. It's a comic. Yeah, that all makes perfect sense to me. I just wanted to throw out. I also got Wild Force Blue. I don't like him as much as some of the others I've named, but I did get him, and I got him at Burlington Coat Factory. So he was a little more. He was like $10, which is still like half retail, but not as cheap as Raw. So I was like 10. Shouldn't this be 7 or 8? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, and a million cogs, just cogs out the wazoo.
Yeah, cogs. They even had the exclusive pack.
That I would buy. I haven't seen because I'd like to get a red one, but I haven't seen the 2-pack at all.
If you really need one, I know a guy who can trade you one.
Okay. Is it you?
Yes. I am that guy.
How many do you have?
Of that pack, I got 3 or 4 in my lifetime.
From Ross or?
No. One, it was from DD's. DD's discounts?
Oh, DD's. Okay, so you got it because I'm not looking to pay whatever retail was, but
exactly. No, if anything, like if you have a regular cog, I'd just trade you straight up.
I will take that deal immediately. Thank you.
Oh my god,
that sword looks cool. That sword
it does. All right, for anybody, keep going.
Well, this is just like a price thing. Ross is typically cheaper. Like I've seen, like Burlington Coat Factory and other places, and that's true because I got my TJ with the glider. I believe I got it from Burlington for $10, which is a steal. But I've seen it now at Ross for $8 or $6, $7 or $8. So once again, if you're looking for these things, Ross's seems to always be the best price.
Don't try it. For anybody who knows that Star Wars reference, let us know in the comments. Really, like when it comes to the hierarchy, it goes Ross, DD's, TJ Maxx, Marshalls,
I've barely
Burlington. I would put Burlington over TJ Maxx.
I've had decent luck at Burlington recently. It's like a little bit more, which is weird to say because it's still like half retail or less than half retail, but it's like a little bit more than,
Yeah.
But that's where I got the turtles. I've never seen them anywhere else, but
I think that was exclusive to Burlington. I don't think they were anywhere else. I'm so happy with this set.
I also saw, I didn't get it, but I've seen Pudgy Pig at DD's for like $7.
Please, for the love of all that is holy.
I want it. what's the point of getting it if I don't want it? It's a great deal. If I knew somebody that wanted it that lived near me, sure. But I look at it's not a cost thing. I think with the limited space I have left, do I want a Pudgy Pig? No, I don't. He's not one of my favorite characters. Why do I want him?
I love that episode more than one should.
That's fine. Here's the thing. I think it's a great sculpt. It looks like a really nice figure, and I don't begrudge anybody liking that character or liking that figure. And it made me sad. I carried it for a while because it was so cheap. But I just kept thinking it's a big figure that I would rather have other figures on the shelf than this.
I guess. One that both of us haven't seen in person that I'm really curious on.
The Mezco?
Yeah. I'm
well, while you're opening that,
I'm excited.
Open that. I'm gonna pull up. I found a list. I'm gonna assume that it is correct. This is the green. What is this site called? It's like Green Ranger. I've used it before, but I forget what it's called.
Oh, is it like releases or what?
Yeah, it's greenranger.com toys Power Ranger, but it's like GRN RNGR. But it has all the Lightning Collection releases, and if I highlight 2023, I can go through it. And so, let me go up for a second here. Okay, so Dino Thunder Mesagog, great figure. Got it. What?
Pause. Because I want to chime in as well. I'm in danger.
What's going on?
So this is the only Mighty Morphin figure that is thus.
Hold on. Let me.
Thus far been released.
Hold on. There's a one shot for the big dog in danger.
Caught his head. I think I could even. I'm not going to convince you, but if I was going to try to.
Right.
I mean, look at that.
It looks nice. I've been tempted by specifically the Green Ranger.
Am I going to be that guy who has 9 different Mighty Morphin representations? You bet your bottom dollar.
Whoa!
Hear that, Hasbro?
He's quoting Annie over here.
Hear that, Hasbro? You can't go on hiatus or you'll lose me for the time being.
For the time being, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm not the guy that wants to have multiple versions. I currently have 2, and I feel like that's too many.
I'm trying to think. Oh no, the green. Yeah, I'll get it in a sec. But I was gonna say, speaking of multiple versions, okay.
Back and forth on that because the texture of the fabric I don't like.
It's better than I thought it would be. It's not as fabricy as you think, and it's not as spandexy as you think.
I remember in some of the pictures, it looks like you can see. It almost looked like Marvel superhero, like kind of like there's a texture to it, though.
No.
Okay. Here, hold it up again. Let's see.
I mean, there's the seam line for the sewing, but there's no like.
Right. Let me see the shirt area, like the top, the sleeves or something. Well, there's still plastic on it.
I know. I'm trying.
No, that's fine. I don't want you to damage your figure hurrying up. I do like the shine on the gold. It seems to be like the perfect color.
This like, I would have gotten this if it was like 2 grades worse.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better that like Mezco's one that like when it's good, it's great.
Right.
And
go grab a Lightning Collection figure, put it next to it. That's going to be the ultimate decider because if they don't scale well, then it doesn't matter. I don't want it.
No, it would be its own shelf and its own team.
It doesn't scale well. It doesn't scale. Boo. Nope. I'm safe. I'm glad because it does look really good. It's actually, I was getting kind of tempted, but if it doesn't scale, Because you're right, I would have to get a whole set by itself, and I don't want a third set of Mighty Morphin.
I know. The thing I think of, and I've had this goal for a while, and I think in all actuality, I'm going to end up doing this in 1/6, which is something I don't do a lot of. But
do you have any 1/6? You have Deadpool and Colossus. That's it.
And the 3-0 stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, which is what this goes into. So
wait, hold on. You have 2 sets of Mighty Morphin in 1/6 scale, don't you?
I have one that I am keeping and another that I am not.
You currently own. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. It's one of my few collecting regrets. No, one goal I've had, because I mean, as you can see, we have way too much stuff. Me especially. But one small goal I've had is kind of that 90s Toku Kid, Fox Kids era, etc. is I've wanted just like awesome, cool looking representation of all of those Fox Kids shows on a shelf together. And as of now,
I see where you're going
through
with this.
various companies, I can check most of those boxes. There's only one I cannot currently check.
Beetleborgs?
I guess I don't know if I probably can't. So I guess
I'm
2
thinking
boxes.
Masked Rider. There's a 1/6 version of Common Rider that will fit that mold.
Common Rider Black RX, you're correct.
And I'm guessing that VR Troopers, the Metal Heroes, are available. Oh, they're not.
That was the other one I can't. But there 3-0's coming out with a grid ban.
Okay. So Beetleborgs and VR Troopers at that scale are unavailable.
Correct. And in 1/6, like I've kind of started, whether intentionally or not, going down the route of getting representation. So in 1/6, I have Mighty Morphin. That's done. In 6-inch-ish scale, I have a Gridman. I have a Black RX. I have Power Rangers in SH Figure Art, so it would scale with those. And really, the only one I'm missing is Metal Heroes for that. But
which they definitely have SH Figure Arts of the Metal Heroes and Beetleborgs. But weirdly, the Metal Heroes are chrome and the Beetleborgs are not.
Yeah, and they're not cheap. So if somehow it worked out, I would do that.
Which ones are not cheap? The Beetleborgs or the Metal Heroes, or both?
Both.
Well, I mean, they're not. Go ahead.
I was going to say you got some of those, and they're.
I got them at whatever retail was at the time. Are they like way more than retail now? Is that?
Yeah, I would say they're probably in the triple digits if I had to guess.
Wow.
I haven't looked in a while, but they haven't released any. That's the thing.
Gosh. I have Charvan, Gavon, and Scheider. I don't have Metalder, which was the main VR.
That's the one I would want, and he's. I think he was an exclusive.
I don't think he was chromy either, and I got them because of their chromy. It's like, and then later I saw the Gavon, the new movie, and I liked. And and actually I have his civilian form too. I forgot. But no, I only have one Gavon. There was 2, the new one and the old one, and I forget which one I have, but I only have one. But anyway, yes,
they're putting out new B-Fighter Beetleborgs figures that I think are slightly smaller, but just as expensive, if not more, than the old one. So I'm like, but that's a soft goal I've had for a while. Eventually, I like, in a perfect world, and this is mild rant that has nothing to do with best of 2023. If I got rid of,
promise a ramble, so
we did. If I got rid of all of the toys I don't want, I could get every want list toy I do want. The problem is getting from point A to point B.
Right. I have had similar thoughts of stuff like that.
Like if your whole eBay pile, you could turn into a sail barge.
Oh yeah, I could. But then where would I put that sail barge?
Yeah, that's the next thing.
I haven't thought that big, but I've definitely thought like, if I get rid of these 10 Marvel Legends that I'm not super into, I could get that $120 Cyclops that I want or whatever. I've had those thoughts, but like on a smaller scale. Like I got the Kane and Jarrus lightsaber recently, and that was, I had sold 2 lightsabers that I had previously and some other stuff, and I'm kind of like, that sort of pays for that.
Yeah, it's definitely cool, like especially when there's so much stuff. And now people get a pause for Power Rangers for the most part, but that's how both of us honestly recommend. Right. If you have if you have stuff and you don't want all the stuff.
I mean, there's many reasons to do it, but the 2 main reasons are money and space. If you only have a certain amount of money, over time, there's things you don't want anymore. Maybe they've gone up in value and they're, you like it, but at the $500, it's worth more. You sell those to buy the new stuff, and it helps fund your collection, your habit, whatever you want to call it. And space as well. I've done that too, where it's like, I don't have room. Like I like gargoyles. I haven't bought any gargoyles. I don't have room. If I wanted them, I would have to look and say, okay, what am I going to get rid of? I haven't done that yet. But theoretically, if I found a space, I would sell everything on there, and then I would buy a gargoyles figure and put it there.
The great news about gargoyles is since they all have enormous wings, you can hang them from the ceiling.
That's true. But I have a lot of things that, I'll just hang it from the ceiling. And you know how many things I'm hanging from the ceiling right now? 0. Right. So, okay. We're way off Power Rangers, so I'll stay off Power Rangers. My brother-in-law messaged me lately, and this is my favorite kind of message to get. Every now and then people are like, and I don't talk to them that often.
I've never had these messages. I know where you're going with this.
Oh, I got a bunch of Star Wars toys I want to get rid of, and can you tell me if they're worth anything? Sometimes it's like, do you want them or whatever? And every I'd say once every year or two, somebody I know either gives me a bunch of toys, asks if I could price the toys, but it's just this mystery. Here's a bunch of toys that I know nothing about. Can you tell me about it? And I love that. Even if I don't get anything out of it, it's just such a fun thing for me to do. Yeah. And so I was like, well, and I was thinking about some of the things I've seen my nephews had. And I'm like, well, Star Wars toys are probably always worth something. But like, I remember seeing a bunch of 375, like loose Clone Wars figures. And they had like a second generation AT-AT missing all its pieces that I had like gifted to them out of my collection. Like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, they talked about a Jack specific Darth Vader, I'm like, it's unlikely they're worth very much, but I'll take a look and send me the pictures. They sent me the pictures. It was not the stuff I had pictured. It was stuff I had never seen. Yeah. And it was all sealed. So I'm guessing at some point, because they're all like college age now, or like late high school, early college. So I'm guessing at some point, the grandma on that side was like, hey, here's a bunch of toys, 15-year-olds that I think still want Star Wars figures who aren't us, who would, and the biggest one, the first picture I saw after I was telling him you're not going to get much money, I'm like, oop, I was wrong. It was a Lego set of Jabba's palace, sealed. They don't make that anymore. That's like a $300 set, easy. And I'm like, oh,
probably more than that, to be honest.
Well, I said easy. You could get more, but like 300 on the low end. I did my eBay research. It's on the low end is 300.
Okay.
They also had the Rancor Pit Lego, sealed, another 250, easy. I know you're double checking me. I'm not saying you can't get more.
I'm just double checking you. I'm trying to put his sword in his hand.
Okay. But I'm like, you actually have a lot of money here. And there was a few other things, and they were all kind of Clone Wars era stuff. Some of which was not worth much. Some of which was worth a little bit, but like the two Lego sets were the big ones. But they also had, which I didn't realize was made, and I didn't know I wanted it until I saw it in the pile, Cad Bane's ship, which is Xanadu Blood, I think, for the 375. And I'm like, oh. And I'm like, that's probably not worth much. And it's like $125 ship on the low end, sealed in the box, which all of it's sealed in the box. And I said, here's what I think for all these prices. I said, if you were near me, I would just sell them for you, but I could try to walk you through it. And there's more. He's got to send me more pictures later. But basically, I was like, I am kind of interested in the Cad Bane ship if you want to give me like a family discount or whatever. And he's like, you can just have it.
Now, so your best pickup of 2023 is
well, the reason I brought this whole thing up is because my thought was I'll hang that from the ceiling. So that'll go on a pile of boxes somewhere. But that is why I thought I could hang that from the ceiling.
Man. So we're running a little long. We got to start wrapping up. As we kind of wrap up this
Master Morpher. Pull yours out.
This is my Bandai one.
Oh, your Bandai one. Oh, okay. So I'll get my Hasbro one.
I haven't opened my Hasbro yet. It's next to me, but the pile got bigger than I thought, so another day. What I will say, though, while you're getting yours, this is another thing I got a while ago, and I love it.
Oh, yeah, the Zed helmet.
It's so great.
Green Ranger power now!
Oh, I love that.
R.I.P.
It is inferior in terms of materials to the Bandai version, but the light and the sounds.
Yeah, the light even from here looks great.
Yeah, you can do different colors. I in my review of this, which I put up, I did say that like I saw people complaining about all the dialogue line, and it's like,
why?
Why? That's the best part about it. There've been a million morphers. Why that's what makes this one special. And especially after Jason David Frank died, it's like this is it. This is the time capsule. Like this is the last, like, yeah, I love this thing. But I wouldn't get rid of the other one that J-Man made for me because this feels like a really awesome toy and a remembrance of Jason David Frank. The other one feels like a real magic science buckle that'll turn me into a Power Ranger if I do it right.
Hold yours up with the coin out. You could say that we've got two sides of the same coin here. Ninja Steel. Last question, and then we're wrapping up.
The original is the best.
RIP, man.
What?
We've talked about a lot of good stuff, a couple bad things about 2023 when it comes to Ranger stuff. We already know there's a Lightning Collection, at the very least hiatus. What are you looking forward to or wanting in 2024 when it comes to Ranger stuff? And let me tell you, the bar's pretty low already, so let's just hear it.
I feel like the only thing that we're guaranteed to get is comics.
Yes.
And I've been behind on comics, but maybe I'll start catching up since we won't have any new show. We won't have any new toys. Well, we won't get any new Hasbro toys. We might still get Super 7 Reaction or Ultimates. We might still get 3-0 and other, we saw a putty get released or announced or whatever. So there's that. I don't know what I could realistically hope for, to be honest. Like,
I'm hoping that the other companies pick up the slack while Hasbro is not making stuff. I hope there's at least one cool thing from the Page Punchers McFarlane
I was going to
partnership.
say, I forgot about Page Punchers. Yeah, McFarlane. Okay, that is if I want the Page Punchers to be in scale with Lightning Collection or close enough that we could fudge it, and I would like, even though I haven't read it, I'd like a Death Ranger because that's just so awesome looking. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the way that he does it, if he wants to go original sculpt, is you lean in and just make monsters because those will always scale with Lightning Collection.
Yeah, and I guess that's what I was thinking with the Death Ranger too. Even if he's supposed to be a Ranger size, if he's a little bigger or skinnier or whatever, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, I would like to see how that goes. And I think the lack of other media and the possibility of those figures being the main prominent figures at retail will probably ignite a little fire under my butt to catch up on the Power Rangers comics to a certain extent. Well, okay, I'll say this. The other thing I'm excited about is very personal to me, not to everybody. It's like, I feel like I could talk about this. You know what I'm going to talk about? The actor, I'm talking to an actor about.
Yes.
And it's happening, but I told them they could announce it, like show the image. So I can't show the image. Maybe I'm reluctant. Okay, I won't say it. If you've been watching, you probably know, and it's happening. I've talked to them. I talked to them today, actually. So I'm doing a print collaboration with an actor, and not Campbell Cooley, who I already do some stuff with, and Steve Andrino.
A Ranger actor. And the difference is with the actors I've dealt with before, they like, oh, can I get some of your prints to sell at my table, which I love. This actor, they're a Power Ranger specifically, like a hero Power Ranger. And we collaborated, like I created a new piece of art for them. Which I can't show yet because I told them they could show it first. And it's as official gets, but until they announce it, I don't want to say anything. But that is all the fan stuff aside. That is the thing I'm most excited about this year. We both forgot about this, and this is now going to be both of our answers. I'm bogarting yours. Yours can be tied with what I'm about to say.
Okay, I was going to say, it's going to be hard to beat that one, but...
You know what I'm most excited for Ranger-related in 2024?
Power Morphicon.
Action Activate at Power Morphicon, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
That's going to be good. But that'll be 2024. For 2023, it's the collaboration print. So those are
you didn't even listen to my question. I said, what are you looking forward to next year?
You know what? I did, but I guess I would here. You know what? I'm still kind of right. No, I did listen to your question, but I was thinking this is in place, but it probably won't come to fruition or be public knowledge until after January.
That's fair.
So what?
I said that's fair.
Okay, so I don't know if that counts for this year or the next year. Whatever year it happens, it's my number one. But Power Morphicon will both be there unless something happens. We're both planning on being at Power Morphicon doing
it. My Zed just made a noise at me, which is why I got startled. Like the buttons being pressed and it went.
I feel like we're leaving lots of stuff out, but
we are. Here's the thing. There's 2 action items for you in the comments. 1, tell us if any of these things you got and you're excited about. 2, talk about anything that you're excited about that we didn't talk about. And 3, I have been the big dog and will continue to be the big dog into 2024.
That is not an action item for them. 1 and 2, yes, that was very good.
That was the whole joke.
It wasn't a joke.
It was a segue. And you have been and still are.
Holiday Bot Gazbot. La, 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 la.
And to the power. See y'all next year. Boom!
Yeah, maybe before.
It could be. And this is 2019 Action Activate in the flesh. Or is it 20? Yeah. No, it's 2020.
No, it was late 2019.
It was like January 2020.
Yeah. Because we had talked about doing more like live action skits together and stuff.
We were hopeful young bucks back then. We filmed in front of a green screen. We did all this stuff.
We filmed for ourselves, and we also filmed for another indie, like an actual indie toku.
We're going on 5 years now.
There is another indie toku. Well, we're not an indie toku production. We are a reaction channel or whatever, talk show, whatever
you want to call us.
There is an indie toku production that is still around that we were going to have a cameo in, that we filmed, that has yet to come out. But if you ever see it and wonder why we look 5 years younger, because we filmed it 5 years ago.
You're like, why does the big dog have hair? That's a great question.
The other thing, what was I going to say before we go? I don't. Oh, okay. So we're coming into the holiday season. I also have a trip coming up. We've had a little bit of scheduling hiccups. So next week, let's say the next few weeks, we are not going away. We are not quitting, but our schedule might drift. I might just pop in. He might just pop in. We might not be able to do an official review, but we're going to try to maintain a presence and keep communicating with you and saying hi. But the next couple of weeks are just going to be a little fuzzy. But
you'll see us in some capacity, and enjoy the rest of the year. And we'll see y'all later. Oh, my coin's